are you not entertained? This line, shouted in the heart of the Colosseum, isn't just a question from a gladiator to a bloodthirsty crowd. It's the question Ridley Scott's masterpiece, Gladiator, asks of us, the audience. And the answer, even over 2 decades later, is a resounding yes. Today, we're diving back into the dust and glory of ancient Rome to revisit one of the greatest historical epics ever made. We'll explore why Gladiator isn't just a movie, but an experience that has stood the test of time. So, let's set the stage. The year is 180 AD. The Roman Empire is at the height of its power, but its heart is beginning to rot. We meet our hero, Maximus Decimus Meridius, played with incredible strength and vulnerability by Russell Crowe. He's the general who became a slave, the slave who became a gladiator, the gladiator who defied an emperor. Maximus is the ultimate soldier, loyal, brilliant, and beloved by his men. More importantly, he is loved by the aging emperor Marcus Aurelius, who sees in Maximus the virtue and strength needed to restore the Roman Republic. But this vision of a restored republic dies with the old emperor, Marcus Aurelius' son, Commodus, a character so brilliantly and despicably portrayed by Joaquin Phoenix, is everything his father is not. He's weak, petulant, and consumed by a venomous jealousy of Maximus. In a fit of rage and ambition, Commodus smothers his own father, seizes the throne, and orders the execution of Maximus and his family. This single act of betrayal is the catalyst for our entire story. It transforms a loyal general into a man with nothing left to lose but his quest for vengeance. Maximus escapes his own execution, but is too late to save his wife and son. The scene where he discovers his family is one of the most heartbreaking moments in cinema. It's a silent, gut-wrenching portrayal of loss that fuels his journey for the rest of the film. Captured and sold into slavery, he finds himself in the hands of Proximo, a former gladiator played by the legendary Oliver Reed in his final role. Proximo sees the fighter in Maximus, the dormant general, and trains him for the provincial fighting pits. It's here that Maximus's second life begins. He learns to fight not for Rome, but for survival, and eventually for the roar of the crowd. The film's action sequences are, simply put, legendary. Ridley Scott reinvented how historical combat is shown on screen. The battles are not clean or choreographed ballets of swordsmanship. They are brutal, chaotic, and visceral. You feel every clash of steel, every thud of a shield. When Maximus first enters the arena and dispatches his opponents with terrifying military efficiency. His famous line, "My name is Maximus Decimus Meridius," double quotes, is a declaration of war. He's not just fighting for his life, he's fighting to keep his identity, his past, and his purpose alive. As Maximus's fame grows, Proximo takes his troop to the grandest stage of them all, the Colosseum in Rome. This is where the film truly elevates itself. The reconstruction of ancient Rome is breathtaking. You're not just watching a movie, you are transported. The scale of the Colosseum, the roar of 50,000 spectators, is an immersive experience. Here Maximus must fight in elaborate theatrical reenactments of famous Roman victories. In a stunning twist, he uses his tactical genius to turn a staged defeat into a spectacular victory, once again winning the crowd and catching the unwanted attention of the new emperor, Commodus. The dynamic between Maximus and Commodus is the heart of the film's conflict. It's a battle of opposites. Maximus embodies honor, duty, and stoicism, the ideals of the old republic. Commodus represents corruption, decadence, and tyranny, the decay of the empire. Joaquin Phoenix's performance is electrifying. He makes you despise Commodus, yet you can't look away. His insecurities, his desperate need for love and approval, especially from his sister Lucilla, make him a complex and fascinating villain, not just a one-dimensional evil emperor. Lucilla, played by Connie Nielsen, serves as the moral and political compass of the story. Trapped between her loyalty to her family, her love for Maximus, and her fear of her brother, she navigates a dangerous political landscape. She represents the hope for a better Rome and acts as a key conspirator, trying to use Maximus's popularity to overthrow Commodus and fulfill her father's dream. Her struggle adds a layer of political intrigue that complements the raw action of the arena. Beyond the spectacle, Gladiator is a profoundly human story. It's about grief, resilience, and the search for peace. Maximus's recurring visions of his home, the golden wheat fields, his wife and son, waiting for Himar, his Elysium, his personal heaven. This is what he fights for. Not for glory, not for Rome, but for the hope of being reunited with his family in the afterlife. This emotional core is what makes his journey so compelling. We root for him not just to win the fight, but to find his peace. The musical score by Hans Zimmer and Lisa Gerrard is iconic. It's as much a character in the film as any of the actors. The powerful, sweeping orchestrations during the battle scenes get your heart pounding, while Lisa Gerrard's haunting vocals and themes like Now We Are Free perfectly capture the film's spiritual and emotional depth. Can you even think of Gladiator without hearing that music in your head? It's a score that transcends the film and has become a cultural touchstone in its own right. The film's climax is a perfect culmination of everything that came before. A final duel in the Colosseum between the gladiator and the emperor, but it's not a fair fight. Commodus, ever the coward, stabs Maximus before the duel even begins, evening the odds against a superior warrior. The fight that follows is gritty and desperate. As Maximus's life fades, he achieves his revenge, but more importantly, he fulfills his duty to Marcus Aurelius. He kills the corrupt emperor and, with his dying breaths, commands the restoration of the Republic and the freedom of his fellow gladiators. His death is not a tragedy, but a victory. He finally finds his peace, walking through the gates of Elysium to his waiting family. So what is the legacy of Gladiator? It single-handedly revived the historical epic genre which had been dormant for decades. It proved that audiences were hungry for grand stories of heroism, honor, and sacrifice. The film won 5 Academy Awards, including Best Picture and Best Actor for Russell Crowe, cementing its place in cinematic history. Its influence can be seen in countless films and TV shows that followed, from Troy to 300 to Game of Thrones. Even now, Gladiator holds up beautifully. The practical effects, the massive sets, the powerful performances, they all feel as fresh and impactful as they did in the year 2000. It's a movie that balances breathtaking action with profound emotional depth. It explores timeless themes of freedom versus tyranny, the power of one individual to make a difference, and the enduring strength of the human spirit in the face of unimaginable loss, strength and honor. These are the words that guide Maximus, and they are the words that define the very soul of this film. It's a movie that reminds us that while empires fall and emperors are forgotten, a hero's story can be eternal. If you've never seen Gladiator, you owe it to yourself to experience it, and if you have, it's always worth a rewatch. It's more than just an action movie. It's a modern classic, a powerful piece of storytelling that continues to entertain and inspire. Thank you so much for joining me on this look back at a cinematic masterpiece. What's your favorite moment from Gladiator? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more deep dives into your favorite films. Thanks for watching.